gentlemen, boys and girls, Jordon the Nip Bean is back. And better than ever.
The Nip.
And the Nip. That's sticking for good. I hope you know that.
Is that how I'm referred to in your league?
I could post a picture of you bare-chested. Actually, I could post just a centimeter picture of the Nip.
Could you post a, fugitive lineup?
Yeah, and they would pick out your nip.
And they'd know.
Not only would they pick out your nip, they would pick out your nip so fast that it would be awkward. Like, they could show their girlfriends or significant
is there
other.
a chance there's screenshots of my nipples in their own camera rolls on
we
their
post
phones?
them probably once every couple months.
Yeah, actually.
I don't know. It surprises me.
And you guys are obsessed with fantastic nipples.
I mean, if that's one way you want to describe it,
that's the only way to describe it.
I disagree with that statement, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Right. You have the right to love your own nipples. You're like one of those really fat girls who takes kind of like lingerie photos.
Why you gotta take it there?
And they're not
just
attractive.
So body positive.
Oh, I
just
love
so
my
proud.
body. Everyone loves their body. You should love your body too. Yeah. And it's like, I would not love my body if I look like A, myself, or B, like you. Like, sorry. And that's you. You just love on that nip. You kind of have like that sausage nip, no?
Completely disagree. Unless you don't know what sausage nips are.
What about like a salami nipple? Pancake? Do you have like a flying saucer nipple?
No.
No?
Flying saucer, I don't really know what you mean. Maybe a flying saucer. But sausage, we're far from it.
Okay, actually, let's get off a nipple topic. And let's get on the reason of why we're here.
Yeah.
We're welcoming back the CJ2K Show. We had trouble rendering last year with video, so instead we're just going to go straight audio this year. And we figured there's no better time to announce a random podcast than on draft day. Mm-hmm. And with draft day, I think we go right into a mock draft. We have 17 first-round picks. We go with what those picks are going to be. I'll give you the Connor Clack mock draft, bright and early, Sunday morning.
How accurate do you think you're going to be able to get these picks? Are there any just guys in your league that are just going to throw out randos?
We got rid of the guy who's going to throw out randos.
Oh, you did. Yeah, actually, let's talk about that first. Let's talk about this. How does this league look different from last time I looked at it? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember. I know Brendan wasn't in or no, he was. He just got added last summer, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look crazy different.
Okay.
I mean, just we have 16 teams. We got 16 quality owners, and I think we have a lot of people who are deciding where they're at in terms of talent and whether they're going to compete for a title this year. Uh-huh. And we have some people really picking sides on where they need to go. Okay. And I think it could be in for a really quality year where everyone donates their money to me. But I mean, how do you feel getting back at this? Are you excited?
Oh, I'm excited.
Fantasy football talk is kind of the way to go, isn't it?
Oh, of course. That's going to be the foundation forever.
Well, I agree completely. So let's go ahead and get into the mock draft.
Okay. So I'm looking at the mock draft, or I'm looking at the draft order right now.
Yep.
And I know Take Me to Church is going to be on the clock with the first pick.
Take Me to Church is going to select Josh Jacobs.
Okay, is that
running
obvious?
Back from Bama? It's got to be. He's the only running back that
Tate's running backs blow.
I mean, they're not the worst / the best.
Okay.
Tate's kind of a live and die by the draft kind of guy. He accumulates draft picks. However, he always talks about how bad he is at drafting. I want to say 1 year in the first round he drafted 3 backs, and none of them independent. Actually, the best one was Tevin Coleman, who he traded away.
Oh.
And so he says he lives and dies by the draft, except he usually dies, but he seems to always be getting somewhat. He likes acquiring the picks. He wants to be drafted.
He's a high-risk guy when it comes to draft picks.
He likes to draft.
Okay.
And so this is the first year, however, I believe he's going to get the first pick. And I wouldn't say this is a guarantee success. Okay. However, what I can guarantee out of Josh Jacobs is that he's going to get the volume. And when it comes down to it, you want the guy with volume.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about Josh Jacobs is he didn't get a ton of run at Alabama, and he just showed spurts. So he's not tired. He's not 21 years old with a normal 21-year-old's, run after college. He's really like a 20-year-old getting going because he split time with Damian Harris. There was, they had some other guys there that, got plenty of touches. He should be fresh.
Would you fresh? is, I think, a good way to describe it. But how often are the first 3 years, let's say, of a guy's college career more so tiring than they are just informative? And is he coming into the NFL with not enough experience to the point where he might not be successful? I know on paper he has all of the intangibles as an athlete, but is that going to translate with him being a little less tired?
I like to think if you take someone in the first round, you did that research. With that being said, the Raiders also drafted Clelin Ferrell at pick 4, which at the time was just absolutely ridiculous. We'll see if it pans out, because really no one cares where you're drafted unless you're good or bad.
Right.
So if he's really good, then he deserved to be pick 4, so it really doesn't matter.
Right.
But I like to think they did their research, and everyone kind of pegged Josh Jacobs to them because they, A, needed a running back, and B, they have a quality O-line and need to help Derek Carr out, and the easiest way to help a quarterback out is to start a running game. And so I can see him in that Gruden offense getting just a plethora of touches. And the other thing that he doesn't get enough credit for is his hands. He's got quality hands. He can run with the slot. And I think you're going to see him catch 40 balls his rookie year, which doesn't sound crazy and astronomical by any means. But for a running back, 40 touches out of the backfield is pretty high-quality numbers, especially to grow on. And I think, with 40, 50 catches somewhere in that region, and I think he's going to get, 200 to, I don't even know. He's going to get a ton of attempts. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that they actually posted a stat in the chat of how many running backs had 15-plus attempts last year at more than 10 weeks, and only 2 running backs did, Todd Gurley, Zeke. Zeke did it 15 times, Todd Gurley exactly 10. Quite a few guys at the 8-9 mark, but I could see Josh Jacobs hitting that his rookie year because he should have plenty of room for touches, especially in that offense, and they have a decent O-line and a quality offense, so I could see him being successful. So yeah, I think he's guaranteed to be number 1 pick.
You may even get a little bit of a glimpse of him here soon on Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks is going to be really exciting for that. Yes,
so that'll be kind of cool. Okay, second pick.
Cut that out. Royce Copo. No, go inside. Go. That'll be a solid cut.
Yeah.
Not hard.
Okay. Second pick then is going to go to the Girthquakes, and let me just say this. Brandon Trimnell has probably he's showed us a lot of support with the podcast here recently, even with the
our biggest fan.
Our biggest fan is the best
hands down.
Yeah,
he's our biggest fan.
So what does Brandon do with the second pick?
Brandon has consistently said he is going to make the best pick for Dynasty. So this is where I'm going to make my first big shakeup. Normally this league goes running back, running back, running back, running back, running back, trying to hit on someone.
Yeah.
I think Brandon is hinting at the fact that he is going to take the person who has the lowest floor, and I believe that is N'Keal Harry. And I believe he does that because he sees a receiver who went to the Patriots, who got drafted in the first. Everyone knows the Patriots utilize the people they draft. And if you get drafted in the first, that means they're going to really use you, especially your rookie year. You got to love the fact that their best offensive player right now, other than Tom Brady, is Julian Edelman. Yeah. And there's not really many other people stealing targets, considering you got Demaryius Thomas, washed up version, who is on cut block. You got all these guys who aren't really taking targets. You got to love N'Keal Harry in that offense. Mm-hmm. And I think Brandon has been hinting for a couple months now that best dynasty equals longevity receiver. And so I believe he goes for the 21-year-old receiver out of Arizona State, who all of us Duck fans or crappy USC fans or weird Beaver fans or any of those people gotta get torched by for multiple years here, because he's been an absolute animal. And every single time we play, every time Oregon would play them, I would quite literally say that guy is going to be a stud in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, that guy has it. He's got the difference. He knows how to high point a ball, which you got to love. He knows how to go up and get it. He's got those type of skill sets that you only say about the great ones. You don't say he knows how to go up and target a ball up in the air. He knows how to come down with it over defenders. You only say that with like the top 10 receivers in the NFL, and I'm not saying Harry's that, but he has that ability, which you literally only say that about the really, really good ones. You know what I mean?
Let me ask this. What would classify him as, after just year one, a success with the second pick? what would give him that, like, at the end of the season, you're like, that was...
Tom Brady says, I'm going to keep playing.
Right.
I think that would be huge for him.
Providing that. We're assuming
providing that he stays and plays, you got to think top 30, top 25 receiver year.
Okay.
And more so, I think you got to see like that 7 or 8 touchdowns. And not all in one, not 3 in 1 week like we saw in Calvin Ridley last year.
Right.
And I'm not saying that discredits Calvin Ridley by any means by getting 3 in 1 game or whatever it was. However,
but you're saying a nice consistent
I want
spread
a
out
consistent
8
spread
touchdowns.
out 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I want to see
one
them
every other game.
That's our guy.
Yeah.
Like he's in the red zone. We don't have Gronk anymore. We need to throw to N'Keal Harry.
Right.
He's our jump ball guy, And so I think the biggest surprise so far is going to be that because, again, our league usually goes running backs for the first 5, 6, 7 picks. DJ Moore, I think, was picked 10 last year or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was the first receiver off the board, I think.
Yeah.
So, just if that tells you anything, and DJ Moore, was high quality last year.
Right.
And was high quality coming out of the draft. He was a first rounder. And so...
But I want to say last year's draft was very running back heavy.
It was, but I'd argue there's quite a few good running backs in this.
And it's been that way for multiple years.
And multiple years. It's because running backs are so hard to find and are so hard to get that it's like we got to take our shots. But I think Brandon's going to go the smarter route, and he is going to go, for longevity. Okay. And I think a lot of people in this league are high on N'Keal Harry. I know I would love to have him on my team.
Yeah.
If he's available a little later in that first, I might be throwing some offers around.
Really?
Who knows? We don't know. I like him.
We don't know.
We don't know. I don't want to give away my secrets right now.
I kind of want you to. Okay. So then all of a sudden, with the third pick, we have Take Me to Church again.
And Take Me to Church is going to do the right thing.
Okay.
And he's going to say, I need my running backs. Uh-huh. He just traded some running backs. Mm-hmm. So he's going to try to replenish with younger running backs that he views with higher ceilings. Yeah. And I believe he's going to go right back at it and go David Montgomery.
Okay.
You gotta love David Montgomery because he's gonna take over the Jordan Howard role, who was also one of the people Tate drafted in the first round that 1 year.
Oh, really?
I believe. I want to say he did, and also traded him away, I believe. But David Montgomery, you gotta love him. Out of Iowa State, showed a lot of high quality running back plays. Then everyone was just wondering if it would translate into the NFL.
Yeah.
He didn't test all that great. And so he kind of slid
Combine-wise?
Yeah, combine-wise and stuff. So he kind of slid in the draft per se. And I think they picked up a quality guy. Everyone's raving about him in camp. And you got to love it. They say he's the RB1 right now. So, the only downside to him is you're not going to get any third downs out of him. Third and longs. Any passing downs is Tarek Cohen. You know what I mean? Hands down Cohen. Unless they're going to throw Cohen in the slot for a couple of them.
Which isn't necessarily the end of the world.
Which isn't the end of the world, but in a half-point PPR, you like your running back to be out on the field.
That's true.
And I'm not saying that kills his value. I'm just saying that does.
Let me ask you this. Is he the type of guy, let's say they don't have Tariq Cohen. Let's say they have, let's say it's him and only him, right?
Yeah.
Is he the type of guy that, you were talking about Josh Jacobs' hands, and
he's not David Johnson.
Okay, so
he's
if
not one of those
he did
guys.
Even have the opportunity, he's not.
He's got okay hands. He doesn't got phenomenal hands by any means. He's not going to wow you.
Okay.
But I think that gives Tate his 2 running backs to lean on for the future.
Next up, we have pick 4. Garrett's Gods is up. What's Garrett doing with his first pick in round 1?
Garrett's football knowledge is an all-time low.
Okay.
So Garrett's probably going to make a mistake here.
That's
Drew Lock, someone like that.
Oh gosh.
No, Garrett's going to go best available.
Okay.
He needs running backs. He's going to go Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Hoping that the Eagles, who have a fantastic O-line, decide that they're finally going to give one guy the work, the reins.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's Miles Sanders for Garrett, if that's who he decides to go with. In my gut, everyone's kind of hoping that they hit the running back. No one thought Alvin Kamara was going to be Alvin Kamara. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one thought Devonta Freeman, when we drafted him in this league, years ago, was going to be what he was.
Yeah.
So you're just hoping to find that diamond in the rough, and I think that's when we're starting to look.
Okay.
Obviously, 4 is pretty early for diamond in the rough. However, Miles Sanders going to a team that has a good O-line but has a plethora of running backs who are all mediocre.
Yeah.
And can Miles Sanders stick out of the pack? That's the only question.
Right.
We only got 1 year of him, so he doesn't have a ton of run, which is also why I like him similar to Josh Jacobs. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of tread on the tires. But with that said, can he separate? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Next up, pick 5, Gonzo's Legends. What's Cliff doing?
Gonzo's been teasing us pretty hard about Kyler Murray.
Oh.
Really likes that pick.
Okay.
However, I don't believe that's where he goes with this pick. I think before I would say that this is a Henderson pick, but instead of Henderson, I think Damian Harris goes here. I think Damian Harris has had all the hype the last 2 weeks, while Henderson has had all the non-hype. I mean, he hasn't lost the luster, but he's got overshadowed for sure. And so I think you go with Damian Harris. Maybe Sony Michel's a little bit more banged up than everyone thinks he is, and maybe you nab a somewhat starting running back here.
Yeah, that could happen. Next up after that, we have pick number 6, the Winterfell Direwolves. What's Michael doing?
Direwolves will always take best available. That's going to be the go-to here.
Name of his game.
Name of his game, and I think that's when he's going to go Henderson.
Okay.
You're just going to get rid of the next best running back. He's probably the next best on the board. Yeah. You're just going to take him right now, quickly.
Okay. After that, we have pick number 7, Heartland Haymakers. 1 of 4 picks in the first round. What's he doing with his first one?
Tom's that fringe playoff team who really needs one position only, and that's receivers.
Okay.
So now that Harry's gone, he doesn't get the number 1 receiver, but he's got a big board right now with receiver number 2 written next to a guy's name. Yeah. In my opinion, for Tom, he's going to say that's Paris Campbell. Okay. I think he's going to go with the receiver who went and is now going to get the ball thrown to by Andrew Luck. You got to love that. Oh, yeah, plus, they've had a great job drafting the last couple of years, so maybe you just assume, hey, they drafted him, he's going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't draft Quentin Nelson and Darius Leonard in the first 2 rounds. And they also drafted that tackle out of Temple. Don't remember his name, but he was great last year too. They had 3 picks all right there in the first 3 picks that were all studs. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do that, maybe you just strictly assume Paris Campbell's the guy. I'm going to go Paris. That's who I'm going to take the shot with.
Okay, I could see that. After that, then we're back with Gonzo's. Is he doing what we think?
Yeah, he's going Kyler Murray here. He teased about it early, but no one else needs him later. Okay. So this is where he jumps on the bandwagon now. And I think Kyler Murray's his guy. And I think we saw what Lamar Miller could do with his feet.
Yeah.
And I think he's a better throwing version of the Lamar Miller style.
Yeah.
And so I think that could bode really well for him.
Okay. So then after Kyler Murray goes, we're on to pick 9 now. So we got Heartland Haymakers up again with his second.
Heartland Haymakers go another receiver. He's going to go DK Metcalf here. He already has Tyler Lockett. They lost Doug Baldwin. He's going to say, man, I just want the number 1 for one team. That's where he goes DK.
Okay. So then next up, we're on to pick 10 now. Conversation pick goes to Slaughterhouse Squad. What's Brendan doing?
Best available at this point right now is probably Deebo Samuel. He went to the 49ers. They're going to sling the football. I just see Deebo being a guy who's going to get enough run that it makes it worth this pick right here at pick 10.
Okay. I could see that. On to pick 11, Roseburg Ducks. Anthony's first of 2 picks in the first round. What's he doing?
Absolute best available here. He's going to go probably like a Devin Singletary because he has the ability to make a kind of a little out of left field pick here and hope he hits a home run.
Yeah.
And I think you go a running back who's going to try to push LaShawn McCoy to the brink here.
Okay, I could see that. Tom back up again. He's now on pick number 12.
I'm going to keep I don't believe Tom keeps all 4 picks. However, I'm going to say if Tom keeps all 4 picks, he's going to go another receiver, hope he hits big on one of them, and he's going to go A.J. Brown.
Oh, A.J. Brown here?
Yeah, he's going to go A.J. Brown. It's next best available. He's going to go with that guy.
Okay. We got Ron Clack up next, pick number 13, Eugene Crushers.
Pick 13, again, has no needs, but I think this is where you see the big first wow pick, and I think he goes Benny Snell. I think he's going to take James Conner back up. We've all seen what the Steelers system does for running backs. It's great.
Yep.
You go ahead and you take your handcuff right now. Okay. You take a quality young handcuff, just like he did. Le'Veon Bell's handcuff that worked out so well for him a couple years later with James Conner. He's going to do the same here with Benny Snell.
Okay, I like it. And then Tom back up again with his 4th.
This is where he finally sways away from another receiver, and he's going to go tight end. He's going to decide between Noah Fant and Hawkinson, and I believe he's going to go with the latter and go Hawkinson.
Okay.
He's going to just say he's the best available. He was the one who was picked higher. That's my guy.
Okay.
Plus, he has Stafford thrown to him, which is a big plus.
Which is money, yeah. 15th pick in the first round. We got Roseburg Ducks back up.
Roseburg Ducks again goes best available. This is where he goes Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
Pick 12. He's not receiver needy, but if I were to say he has one spot that's worse than the other, I think his receivers are worse than his running backs.
Okay.
And Hollywood Brown, Jerron Brown was great there last year. Maybe Hollywood has a similar role.
Yeah, hopefully. And then to finish up the first round, we have Brendan up with 2 picks, 16 and 17.
Brendan here is going to go like Noah Fant, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Hakeem Butler, or Andy Isabella. He's going to grab 2 of those 4. I'm going to say it's going to be Isabella and Noah Fant.
Okay.
And I just think his goal here is to strictly just get the best talent available.
Yeah.
And to end it, I just want to say happy draft day. Hope my food's delicious. we're excited that CJ2K is back. We're excited to really focus on audio and really just push out a quality product that has no issues uploading, and just something that can be weekly and
a consistent product. Let's say that
much more consistent. I'm excited for Jay to be much more knowledgeable on what we're going to go through next. With it being a mock draft for our league, values wise, it was much easier for me to kind of control the podcast.
I haven't really been in the off season, talks with the league, but as the league gets going,
But we're gonna have much more this year, and I'm excited for what CJ2K can bring and what the Nip over here can bring to the table.